This video was brought to you by Scrap.tf, the largest trading site within Team Fortress 2. Here, you can buy and sell thousands of TF2 items along with Steam trading cards, Steam games, and more. There are hundreds of community raffles, community auctions that take place on the site, so make sure you check it out down below. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a brand new video. And first of all, the elephant in the room, the audio quality is probably a state. My room's a mess. It's because my room flooded. We had really bad rain. My room flooded and I've had to get people in with big blue machines to fix it. So, it's not ideal, but I've got to make a video because TF2 have just released their Scream Fortress update. It's October the 1st, which is a bit early. I thought they normally did it around like between October 10th, 2015. I'll put some dates up on the screen of when they usually release them. So it does seem a little bit early. However, you know, I'm not going to complain, and this is slightly more than just the generic Scream Fortress update that we have been receiving, in the sense that there's actually been some changes made to the Manpower game mode. So let's go through the update notes as follows. So an update to TF2 has been released. The update will be applied automatically when you restart TF2. The major changes include Scream Fortress has arrived, featuring 4 new community maps: Megalo, Bloodwater, Hassle Castle, and Moulder Grove. They added the Wicked Windfall case. I guess we've had cases like that in the past, so it does kind of make sense. So contains 20 new community created cosmetic items that make up the Wicked Windfall collection. Has a chance to give one of 6 new Halloween restricted items as a bonus, and has a chance to give a taunt unutilifier. The same as every Halloween case. You guys know, if this isn't your first Scream Fortress, you know that's generally the case with these Halloween cosmetic cases. Added 19 new unusual effects, 8 for hats and 11 taunt effects. Added the Scream Fortress War Paint case, which contains 15 new war paints and has a chance to give an unusual effect again. Same as the last Scream Fortress and the Scream Fortress before that, I'm pretty sure. All players who launch a game will receive a soul gargle if you don't already have one. That's for like the Miraz missions and stuff where you need to collect the souls. So I'm quite excited to do Miraz missions again. Maybe when my room isn't completely concrete and has absolutely nothing in, I might make a video doing Miraz missions. That was fun last time. And then opening the packages at the end is always a treat as well. So if we scroll past the sort of like general bug fixes, localization files, and Halloween stuff, we've also got a Manpower update, and look at all of this. Loads of game-changing buffs and nerfs to the Manpower mode. A bunch of balance changes, which is interesting because Manpower's sort of been forgotten. Not a lot of people play Manpower. I made a video on it like a year or so ago. It might not be a year. Playing it, and it was pretty fun. It's a really fun mode, but no one really played it, and it's interesting to see all of these changes. So I wonder what spurred this. I wonder what made them want to update Manpower. So the changes are as follows. So the flag return time increased from 15 to 30 seconds on Hellfire and Gorge, and on Thunder Mountain it did the same and removed a little thing on a fence. I mean, no one cares about that. Gameplay changes. Flag carrier grapple movement speed reduced. Scout with no power up or agility power up reduced to 0.8. So a bunch of the grapple speeds have been changed, which is interesting. Critical hit rules changed. Weapons that score critical hit boosts on airborne targets will no longer do so in Manpower mode, since being airborne is that does make sense. So with things like the reserve shooter, where you'd get like a mini crit or a crit on an airborne player, would that just not apply anymore? Interesting, really, really interesting. Because I mean, a lot of the time in Manpower you do spend flying around with your grapple hook. It makes sense to implement that. That's a pretty good balance change. So I don't play that much Manpower, so a lot of the stuff they're talking about, like free ride, etc., you know, I'm not too familiar with, but they explain it here. So previously, when healing a target, you'd be pulled along with them when they moved by grappling hook. Now that's not a thing anymore. Remove the jump up boost when grappling for heavy. Battalion's backup rage build reduced by 2.5 times to counter the additional benefits of an extra 20 HP. Engineer carried buildings will now deploy instantly. Interesting, okay. I like that, that's good. That's an interesting one. Because why would you play Engineer in Manpower? I feel like Engineer in Manpower, where people are constantly moving about and flying about with these like grappling hooks and stuff, it's not reliable, but maybe the fact you can instant deploy a sentry after carrying it, so you can quickly be on the go and move it, is interesting. It's a spanner in the works, pardon the pun. Remove falling damage from the scout entirely. So the scout just has no full damage now, which is interesting. Backstab's disallowed if you're connected to the enemy by grappling hook. Knife deploy time is no longer instant. And the kunai no longer considers the victim's power. Okay. There's a lot of like really like interesting stuff. Like they've really looked into this. This is uncharacteristic of recent Valve updates. I mean, you guys know I'm always the first one to be critical and say like they've just added another cosmetic case, but for a Scream Fortress update, I didn't expect any of this. They've completely revamped how the sort of Manpower mode plays. I'm going to give this a go. If you guys haven't played Manpower, now's a good time to try it. I'm sure a lot of people will be trying it as well, so the Manpower servers might be a bit populated. So, haste buffs, reload speed increased, pyro, flare gun. Oh, so they just changed all the power-ups as well. So the vampire one, increased blast weapon clip size to 1.5x. Resistance changes, vampire no longer gets a 25% boost to their health. When the game detects a skill imbalance between teams, select players will be moved from teams to address the imbalance. Sounds familiar. Sounds a lot like auto balance, which we know isn't a fan favourite in Team Fortress 2. Interesting though, because it might stop you getting stomped if it works. And that's a big if in a TF2 update. But that's really good. I like that a lot. If a player is dominating the game for long enough, kill count is very high relative to the rest of the players. They'll enter a dominant state for a period of time. This state has marked for death. So you just get nerfed? You get nerfed if you're going crazy in Manpower and like fragging out. You just get max health reduced from 100 to 20 if you're on the King power up. Health regenerates at 70% of the regular rate. Like if you're fragging out and carrying in Manpower, you get nerfed. That's sick. That's actually sick. Another way of balancing the game so there's no major like imbalance of teams. That's really, really good. Wow, I'm really impressed. This came as such a shock because why would they update Manpower? Either way though, I mean that's about it. Obviously I might make a video about the new case, go over the new cosmetics and new effects and stuff if you guys want. If you do want that, let me know in the comments. Again, I'm not exactly in a great state to be making videos. My sound quality is horrendous. I've not even got carpet. So, but I mean, I can grind the videos out if you guys want. So if you do want to see them, leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down below. And let me know your thoughts on this whole thing. Is this like a sign of things to come from the TF2 dev team? Just randomly paying attention to like an ignored mode? Is competitive next? Who knows? We can only hypothesize. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy. And peace.
For now, I'm back to square one and I'm always on my own now. Engage or conversate, I never put my phone down. Wish I could talk.